guys, so it's that time of the month again where you guys watch me plan and set up my spreads for the upcoming month. So in today's video, I'm gonna be setting up my bullet journal spreads for the month of May. And without further ado, let's just get it. So before we get started on today's video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Skillshare. So if you don't know who Skillshare is, where have you been? Skillshare is basically an online learning platform with over 25,000 different classes. They have classes on design, photography, architecture, business, eating, exercising, plants, and maybe even breathing if you look hard enough. Skillshare just caters to so many different types of people, and I've personally been using Skillshare over the past few weeks. I've gained more inspiration, motivation, and I'm pretty much just using it to build more of my skills in terms of lettering and all types of things that I can use for my bullet journal, and I'll talk more about it later on in the video. But I just want to say that Skillshare is an amazing platform. Premium membership on Skillshare will actually give you unlimited access to all the classes on Skillshare. An annual subscription on Skillshare is actually less than $10 a month, which is crazy and super affordable, and you know me, anything affordable is. So I highly suggest Skillshare if you're interested in enhancing your creativity or fueling your curiosity or building your skills. Or if ever you just want to gain more inspiration, I highly suggest Skillshare because there are so many different classes that can enhance your inspiration, and it's just a perfect platform where you can build more on your skills and just improve on all the things that you want to improve on in your life. So Skillshare was actually kind enough to provide a link down below in the description where the first 500 people who click on the link will actually receive 2 months of free trial on Skillshare. So you don't have to pay for anything and you have unlimited access to everything, which is crazy to me. Like, you don't have to pay for anything and you get to take all of these classes. So I highly suggest that you guys check out Skillshare and please use the link below, and you'll just get a lot out of this opportunity because you get to learn for free. But anyway, I just want to say thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's just continue on with the bullet journal setup. So to start off this bullet journal setup, I'm pretty much just planning and preparing for the monthly spread because your girl is not prepared. Wow, good job, Chloe. But here I am making my typical monthly calendar with a pink pen, and the theme for this month is sweets and desserts. This is actually my second attempt of doing this bullet journal setup, and I just scrapped the first attempt because I just didn't like how it turned out. The colors were just inconsistent and it just wasn't balanced. So for the second attempt, I just chose one color so it's all balanced and equal, and the color I chose is pink. The theme is sweets and desserts, and I feel like the color I think of when I think of sweets and desserts, pink pretty much just pops up in my head. So that's pretty much the reason why I chose pink. And who doesn't like pink? You know what I mean? Here you can see me doing lettering, and I'm actually trying something new with this lettering style. Since the theme is sweets and desserts, I tried to make the lettering look like a dessert, if that makes sense. So I added this melting white outline inside the lettering to make it seem like it's cream or frosting that's melting on a cake, and the drop shadow kind of makes it look like a layer of the cake, if that makes sense. Later on, I'll outline the drop shadow and it just looks like a strawberry shortcake with the layer of the cake and then the icing and then the strawberry. And I don't know if I'm just making this up or trying to make it seem like I'm doing something for this theme, but that's what I was trying to aim for in my head, and hopefully it makes sense to you guys. I've decided to be more creative with the way I approach my bullet journal setup for this month because for the last week of April, I've been feeling really lazy and unproductive, and just I haven't been motivated to actually open my bullet journal. I don't know if it's because I'm not inspired or I'm going through a creativity block or I'm just not feeling it. When I think hard about it, I think it's because it all feels repetitive and all my layouts haven't been that creative, so I guess a bunch of things have impacted my ability to bullet journal. I just really haven't been feeling it. So for the month of May, I've decided to challenge myself and try different things in order to pretty much motivate myself to bullet journal more often. There's so many blank spaces in my bullet journal in April that I don't want that to happen anymore. So for May, I'm just gonna try harder and try new things, change up the way I do things and my layouts, and hopefully I become more motivated. So for this month, since my theme is sweets and desserts, I feel like that theme leaves me a lot of room to explore and experiment with my creativity. I also didn't really want to do a concept that was pretty much common and mainstream to everyone. Like, I don't know, I wanted to try something new and I felt like desserts and sweets was just perfect. So what I wanted to challenge myself with for this month is watercoloring and doodling. And I don't know if you guys know this or have noticed this, but I don't really watercolor. I think I've done it once in a bullet journal setup in like December, but I just don't watercolor often, and I also don't doodle a lot. I letter a lot, but I don't draw because I don't know, my drawing skills aren't really the best. I'm just not used to drawing a lot, and I feel like I should experiment more with it. And I took this time to actually draw and doodle some desserts or sweets. I also used watercoloring to color in the doodles, and in the end, I think it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about the outline though. I think I should have left it, but either way, I'm pretty proud of my doodles, and damn, she really did that. But hopefully they actually look like desserts to you guys. Like, I really want to emphasize the theme of desserts and sweets in my spreads. Like, I want you to think that my spreads look edible and sweet and nice to look at, you know? Like, I want you to think, oh, she really highlighted the dessert theme really well. Hopefully I did with my doodles. Like, I tried my best, and hopefully you guys like them. So I'm just adding these extra details on the sides, such as events and tasks and all these other details, because your girl can't live with all these spaces. Like, I need to fill them up some way and just cover them up because space does not work for me. Anyway, moving on, I'm gonna be doing my habit tracker because I always do my habit tracker after my monthly spread. And as you can see, I'm using this same pink grid paper that I used in the first spread. And I think I also really want to try being consistent this month, so I also use the same materials and brush pens and colors for this spread as well, because it just all balances together with the monthly spread and the habit tracker and the other spreads that I'm gonna do later on in the video. So after sticking in the pink grid paper on the page, I pretty much just started doing my lettering on a separate piece of paper or book because I plan to layer it over the pink paper. And I really like my lettering here, and I think it's because I felt really inspired. So I've actually been watching this class by Esther Nariyoshi on Skillshare, and I really wanted to try doing other things with my lettering and just get more inspiration for lettering, because I feel like my lettering has been kind of weird lately. So I watched this class called A Gazillion Ways to Letter, and I pretty much got so inspired from that. Like, I really wanted to enhance my lettering, even though it just seems like basic calligraphy and stuff, but I really tried my best with this lettering and I really like how it turned out. It's just, I feel like it's the best lettering I've done so far. That's literally me complimenting myself, and that's an improvement, because if you remember, your girl is always so insecure. So to hear myself actually complimenting my lettering, like, wow, we love self-love in this household. So I pretty much cut them out and layered them over each other on this pink grid paper, and I actually like how I did the lettering in a separate piece of paper because when you stick it down, it just gives a more 3D effect. I don't know if you guys can notice, but it looks like it's popping out, and I really like that look. So for my habit trackers, I decided to just stick with 4 because my last habit trackers, I wasn't consistent with them. I wasn't really doing anything with them. I didn't even finish them. I just left them as it is because it was too much for me. So for this month, I'm gonna go down to 4 habit trackers because I used to do 6. And for this layout, I actually tried to make the habit trackers, like the boxes, I wanted to make them into macaroons or macarons. I don't know which one because there's like a difference, but you know what I mean. I wanted to draw macaroons, but it didn't really look nice, so in the end I just decided to doodle all these desserts around the boxes, like in the background, and I really like how this turned out. The habit tracker spread is actually my favorite out of this whole bullet journal setup, to be honest. I'm just really proud of my doodles and my watercoloring skills, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best and hoping that it works out, and I just like how it turned out. Later on, I'm probably gonna look up a class on watercoloring because I literally don't know what I'm doing. It feels like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't know. I don't really know how to do the water to paint ratio, and the paper was going all weird, and obviously because it's not watercolor paper, but I need to experiment more with watercoloring because it's really fun to use actually, and hopefully I can get better at it. If you have any tips for me on how to watercolor, please tell me because your girl wants to learn, and hopefully by the end of May I'll be decent or just a little bit better at watercoloring. And yeah, in the meantime, while you're watching me paint and color and doodle these desserts, tell me what's your favorite dessert. I'm not really a desserts type of person. Like, I prefer eating savory foods more than sweet foods. Savory food is just so good. So sweets are also good, but it just depends on what they are, because some things can be too sweet and it's just not cute. I think my favorite sweet thing might actually be ice cream, so let me know what your one is. So after finishing my habit tracker, I'm moving on to the next spread, and usually I do my expense tracker here, but nope, this month I'm going to be doing a spread on my Japan trip. Yes, I just said that. I don't think I've ever announced it here on my channel yet, but I'm actually going to Japan sometime in May, and I'm actually so excited because if you guys didn't know, Japan is one of the countries that I really want to visit, and I feel like this spread will really help me in terms of planning and what I need to pack and just all the things I need to do in Japan. And all that stuff. So this spread will help me plan and just know what to do in Japan. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do in Japan, let me know. And I'm also gonna try daily vlogging in Japan. Like I don't know how to do that, and I'm not really an amazing vlogger, but I'm gonna be in Japan for one time and I don't know when I'm gonna go back, so I'm just gonna YOLO and do what I can there. So if you guys would like to see daily vlogs, please let me know, because I really want to daily vlog and just go crazy, go stupid, and just YOLO in Japan. Okay, enough rambling about Japan. Now I'm moving on to my weekly spread. In terms of my weekly spread, since I've noticed that it's been pretty repetitive over the past few weeks of my bullet journal, I feel like my layouts haven't really been speaking out to me, and it's just caused me to not want to look or just fill in my bullet journal or my weekly spreads. I figured that I needed more inspiration to think of ways to help me be more motivated to actually open up my bullet journal and use my weekly spreads. I looked at another class on Skillshare called Bullet Journal Weekly Spread Tips and Process to Make a Fresh Design by Jessica Owenyo, and the class basically talked about basic things that you could include in your weekly spreads, and she also gave a tip to list out the things you want to include in your weekly spreads. And it sounds pretty simple and self-explanatory, like you should prepare what you want to put in your weekly spread. But lately, when it comes to making my weekly spread, for example last month, I haven't really been planning or preparing what I want to add in my weekly spread. Since my theme last month was Avengers, my only priority was to make sure that the spread highlighted or emphasized more of the theme, and I feel like I prioritized the theme more than the functionality of my spread. Like for your weekly spread, it should be functional and you should be able to pretty much be productive, and you should create a layout that helps you with any aspect of your life or anything you want to work on in your life. And yeah, I feel like last month I was just prioritizing the theme more than what I needed. So this month I've decided to take the time and list out the things I wanted, and these things included stuff like write a memo on what I'm gonna do next week, or do a to-do list, or a water intake, because your girl hasn't been drinking water. So I listed the important things that I wanted to do, and also what I wanted to do with the spread. Like if I wanted a horizontal layout or a vertical layout, I just quickly wrote it down in this blank paper as a list, and I'm glad I did it because I was aware that I needed this much space to put this, and I didn't forget it. So watching that class was actually really helpful because it made me realize that I shouldn't just prioritize the theme. Like portraying the theme nicely in your spread is good and all, but you gotta remember that a bullet journal is supposed to help you in your day-to-day life, and it should just help you with your needs. So I'm glad I watched the class because it helped me open my eyes, and I pretty much added the things I needed to add in my weekly spread for May. So overall, after finishing up the little details of my weekly spread, that pretty much finishes this bullet journal setup. I didn't really add any doodles into the weekly spread yet because I wanted to add that later on as time goes by, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bullet journal setup for May, and I hope you guys also enjoyed my theme for May. I think this theme might have to be one of my favorites because it's pink, and I just really like how I did the doodles and the watercoloring, and I'm just really proud of myself. So please be proud and give me a clap or something. And hopefully I continue to like my spreads in the upcoming weeks. And again, I just wanted to say thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. You guys are truly amazing. And to those of you guys who are watching, I just want to take this time to remind you that the first 500 people who click on the link below to sign up for Skillshare will get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. So if you want, please take advantage of that link and you'll get to watch all kinds of classes in all different types of topics such as calligraphy, art, design, bullet journaling, business, life. Whatever you want to learn, I'm pretty sure Skillshare has it. So click on the link below if you'd like and continue learning. Other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are amazing. Remember that you are important and you are loved. And yeah, if you like this video, give this video a like. If you want to comment down something below, comment them down below. Please leave me some suggestions on what I should do during Japan or before Japan or after Japan. Just leave me video suggestions because I want to know what you guys would want to see. And also tell me what's your favorite sweets and desserts because I'd like to know as well. If you like me, my content, and my videos, subscribe if you'd like. Click the bell notification button if you want to get notified every time I upload. And that's all I wanted to say. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Please take care of yourselves and I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll just see you guys later. Bye!